Okay, let's try this again. On my end, it looks like it's working. I see my audio bars moving. Muffin, how's it going? Not much. Can you hear my microphone and my game audio? Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down on that. Everything's working. Okay. Thank you for confirming that. I started streaming like 5 minutes ago, and then Ed came in here and told me he couldn't hear anything, so I had to restart the stream. Alright, nice. You just woke up, man. It's too late. It's almost 11 o'clock, dude. Anyway, let me do my little intro again for the stream, since the last one broke on me and wasn't working. I'm going to try to stream for a few hours. I don't want to stream all day or too long. I've got other stuff I should be doing, as always. So we'll see. We'll go a few hours, and I think my general pattern for Puro-puro is going to be I'm going to stockpile 150 of these in the bank. And then at 150, I'll start opening them for clue scrolls, so I can hopefully get 5 clue scrolls that I can drop on the floor and juggle 5, rinse and repeat. I stayed up playing Portal. That's a good game, man. God, I haven't played that in so long. I played it once through way back in the day, and I was super impressed by the game. But then I never played again. It's one of those games, right, where honestly I feel like there's not too much replayability just because the joy of it is exploring and learning how to figure out the puzzle, but once you kind of know how to solve all the puzzles, there's really not a point to it, I guess. Although I've never played Portal 2, I probably need to do Portal 2 at some point. Now there are, of course, like the speedrunners for Portal, right? Like every game has a speedrunning community, so people who are speedrunning Portal, I guess there's the replay if you're just trying to get through the game as quick as possible. That could be fun. People replay the second one for the story. Interesting. I was actually kind of impressed by the story of the first one. I thought it was really cool. Very simple, right? There's not much to it. But I remember it was impactful. And I'm not sure why, but every time I think of Portal, my next thought goes to Half-Life. I guess they're both kind of like science fiction-y. I don't know. I don't know why I make that connection. But Half-Life's another game that I really want to be able to do on my channel one day. But in order to do any games on my channel, I need to kick this stupid RuneScape addiction, right? So I can actually work on other games. That's been a problem, admittedly. I think I'm at the point where I just need to force myself to go edit videos and record some other games. Just because whenever I set time aside to do Renaissance gaming stuff, I'm like, what do I want to do for Renaissance gaming today? Should I go edit videos or go have fun on RuneScape? And then obviously the answer is clear. I might do Portal as well, Muffin. But yeah, I think if I just straight up force myself and go in with the expectation that I'm not going to enjoy it, it's just work that has to get done, then I might be able to just bunker down and do it. My computer should be coming back, which is going to be good. So honestly, I've kind of used that as an excuse to not edit the Pokemon videos. Because I'm like, well, if I start the whole process on my laptop, I'm going to get everything like set up to do it on the laptop. And then I'm going to have to transfer it over to the computer. So I might as well just wait until the computer's back. Hey, Ed. Thanks again for letting me know. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, but I shut off my laptop every night when I go to bed, right? And I have this external microphone that I use. And sometimes when the laptop boots up, it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't power on the microphone or something. And it's really annoying. And you would think like, well, just unplug it and plug it back in. But every time I do that with this laptop, it crashes the computer to a blue screen, which is super weird. So I have to essentially restart the computer. Anyway, not that anybody cares, but yes, thank you for letting me know. I usually double check to make sure the microphone is working before streaming, just because of that issue, but I forgot today. Yeah, it might be a driver thing. I was just telling Muffin right before he got in here that my computer is shipping back, so I don't want to invest too much troubleshooting into this microphone issue on the laptop since it's not going to matter for very much longer. Unless, of course, they ship me back a still broken computer, which I think I've brought this up before, but I'm a little cynical. It wouldn't surprise me if it's still broken. Yeah, so this is what they told me. They told me that there was a I quote, malfunction with the custom cooling device on the CPU. Something like that. Malfunction with the cooling unit on the CPU, which I totally do not agree with, which makes me think that they did not actually address the issue. Because prior to me sending them the computer, I did a lot of CPU stress testing. Like run that CPU at 100% for like 20 minutes. And there was never any issues when I did that. And I always monitored the temperatures. And my temperatures were always really good, actually. Even at like 100% stress on the GPU and CPU, my temperatures always stayed really cool. So I am skeptical that they addressed the actual issue. I think my problem was so bizarre and kind of hard to diagnose that they just kind of started poking around and found something that they could claim was the problem. And fix that and just pray it works. We'll see, though. Hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully it's fixed and in perfect condition. I'm gonna have to stress test the hell out of it, though, because they said that from the day the computer is delivered back to me, I have a 30-day warranty on the fix, right? So I have 30 days to put that computer through hell to make sure everything is fine. Because after that, I'm on my own, which would suck. Okay, so I'm at 170 eclectics. So again, my general strategy for now is going to be once I hit 150, I'm going to try to get 5 clue scrolls out of these, juggle them on the floor, do the clue scrolls, rinse and repeat. Hey Joshua, welcome in. I'm not sure I'm getting your reference. Star Citizen, I'm not familiar. All right, so I like to juggle my clues here outside of the Sears Village Bank. Yeah, I don't know, Ed. I still don't really know what the problem is. After all the testing that I did, my suspicion was still some very obscure CPU issue or a motherboard issue. So that's the problem, right? Like, I don't even know what to try to fix. Anyway, I just have to trust that they diagnosed appropriately and actually fixed the problem. Ah, okay, Joshua, fair enough. Yeah, you know, Ed, honestly, I wouldn't mind replacing a component if I could figure out what component was broken, right? I don't know if you watched my update video way back in the day when I first told you guys that my computer crapped out, and I told you the entire diagnostics that I did for it. So I really did do a lot. The only thing I couldn't test was like the motherboard, really. All right, we got our first clue scroll here. Gonna drop that one. Second one, nice. 2 in 1 batch. What kind of motherboard is it? Man, I forgot off the top of my head. So I would have to look it up. It's like an Asus Dark Hero or something like that. Asus 5600 Dark Hero. I don't know. That's just me kind of trying to remember. It's not a cheap or crappy motherboard. It's supposedly really good. It's just after testing every other component and not being able to test a motherboard by process of elimination, that was like my best guess as to what was going on. Nice, another double in one. Yeah, the problem I was having was very bizarre, Joshua. Very hard to diagnose. Like, very weird, hard to reproduce problem. Totally bizarre. But again, I just have to hope that the manufacturer did their due diligence and actually resolved it. I really hope they didn't just find like a Byzantine fault and go with that. Uncut diamond. I think that's the first uncut diamond I've gotten from these implings. I didn't even know they dropped them. I've opened hundreds of these. I think that was the first time I got a diamond. Oh, I accidentally ate a pie. Oh well. I'll keep the pie dish. Okay, there we go. We got our 5 clues, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we can do all 5 of them and don't get stuck on a clue. Let me get all of my clue stuff ready and we'll start solving some of these. What else do I need? You know what? Let me get my Ardoin cloak. There's a clue that a monastery teleport is actually pretty decent for me. Then we'll do a dig site pendant. And I think that's it. Oh, probably some coins because I have to go to Brimhaven a lot. Alright, I'm going to start at the top and work my way to the bottom. Let's see what we get here. North of Shiloh Village. I can certainly do that one. I think anyway. Yeah, for sure. So let's do Ardoin to Brimhaven and then run. You know what else I'll withdraw? I'll withdraw my Explorer's Ring. That'll help. Ed, what are you up to in the game? When you first popped on for that first broken stream earlier, I saw that you were in my world, so I thought you were running over to drop more pink skirts around me. Alright, so we're both doing some clues. Master Clue is certainly more exciting, though. Some good stuff you get out of there. Hope you get that Bloodhound, man. Definitely the coolest pet in the game. What's your hunter level? Are you 89? Well, yeah, because you told me you're base 90s on everything. Or you're working towards that anyway. Reason I ask is, it's always good to have at least one person on stream that can catch, like, dragon and lucky implings. In case I find one, I can alert you guys to come grab it real quick. Alright, back to Ardoin. I'm gonna kill this guy with a butterfly net. That's crazy. I forget I should probably bring a rune scimitar with me for these clues, just because some of them do require the kills here. Right, Jericho's house is where? Northwest. Yeah, well, if you're online and I'm in Puro-puro and I see a lucky or a dragon, I'll let you know. I don't know if it's even worth it for you, honestly. Did I go the wrong way? Oh my god, I did. I'm such a bad player. I'm constantly getting lost, going the wrong way, being inefficient. That's fair, Ed. Motherlode mine is pretty relaxing, right? You can AFK for good chunks of time. Not a three-stepper. All right, ham hideout. I can do that one too. Do you still need 99 smithing, or do you already have that? Because if you've been at Motherlode Mine this whole time, at least you should ideally have enough ore to get to 99 smithing, right? Oof. Base 80s in free-to-play. That is challenging. All right, the clock tower. Clock tower is where? It's near Ardoin somewhere, right? Yes. So I can use my monastery teleport. Let me actually switch the left click on this to teleport. I will never equip that cloak. I only ever use it to teleport. "18 years, that's crazy, Joshua." Yeah, I did the Lumbridge Easy Diary the other day. It came out as an episode for the series. And there's that one step, right, where you have to talk to Hans to get the age of your account. And I thought it would only tell you, like, how many in-game hours you have, but it tells you when your account was created. And I think I did the math on it, and mine was created, I think, like, in mid-October 2002. So my account is 22 years old. Soul Altar. I actually have no idea where the Soul Altar is. Hopefully I have access to it. Maybe in Zaya somewhere? Yeah, all the way up here. I can do my Wintertod teleport. Yeah, this Dark Elf 609 account is pretty crazy. Made in 2002, and then it actually got hacked multiple times, believe it or not. I lost this account many times as a kid, and I always somehow managed to get it back. I don't know how. So this account does have some history. Hey, sometimes you're on a good roll with an activity, Ed, and you just stick with it, you know? If the mining's going smoothly, there's no reason to disrupt that. Agility's not going anywhere. It'll be waiting for you when you're ready. Really, I don't know why I titled this stream Puro-puro Hell, because it hasn't felt like hell yet. I'm only just scratching the surface of the grind, but it really hasn't weighed on my soul yet. It's really not bad. Like I mentioned initially, it's not the worst grind to have. Oh, wait a minute. I went the wrong way. Whoops. Of course I did. Yeah, that'll be cool. I can only dream of having a maxed account one day. Need more hours in the day. Man, how do I get over there? It's like there's like a little agility shortcut to the north. Dang, I don't know how to get there. I'm just gonna click down there and see if my character paths. $15K gold? I'm pretty... Well, I have no math to back this up. But just gut feeling, I'm sure you could blast furnace that to 99 smithing. All right, we got our first casket. I think I'm going to hoard the caskets until I've done all 5 of the clue scrolls on the floor. That way we can open all 5 together. I think that's more fun. Ideally 5. Hopefully I can complete all of these steps. Let me deposit the butterfly net, though. I don't really need that with me. All right. Let me just refresh these real quick. All right, next clue. Arceus Library. I can do that one. I complain about this every time, but what's been really painful about these clue scrolls is just running out of run energy, not having any stamina potions available. That's been painful. And my Explorer ring has not recharged for the day. I wonder what time it resets. Because it's definitely tomorrow for me, but I guess not for the game. Hazelmere's house. I don't know who or what that is. Hopefully I have access to it. Right here. Alright, so east of Yanil. That should be easy enough. I've not had this clue yet. While I'm here, let me get my free sand. can go out east, right? Yeah, northeast. And the organ music goes hard. Oh my god, 137,000? That is insane. I grossly underestimated. I was like, 15,000, that should be enough, right? Not even close. West of Tree Stronghold. I hate this clue because it's hard for me to get to. Just a lot of running on this one. Yeah, I have not done Blast Furnace yet. I'm hoping to do that once I have the gold gauntlets. Otherwise, you're just leaving a bunch of resources on the table, right? My smithing's pretty decent, though. I'm at 60. I got that for some quests. Wasn't too bad. You can do a good amount with 60. Yeah, that is true, Ed. Every activity that you do, there are like multiple tiers on how to do it, right? You could just get after it, or you could go do this one thing that'll help a little bit, or do that other thing that'll help it significantly, or do that other thing that will really help you with the activity. And then it infinitely branches from there. It is a very complex game, right? It's so well developed just because it's had so much time to create all those intricacies. Yeah, I need to do those asteroid things as well, right? Because you can get some pretty decent mining-related rewards from the Stardust. I don't know what a good level to start doing those at are. What am I? I'm 57. Yeah, I probably need to be a little higher. Oh, is this on the... Ah, it's on the other side. Ah, that's so annoying. Why is my character pathing? Okay. I have to go back, cross the bridge. Can I even... How do I get over there? I'm assuming I can just walk there from here. Alright, Joshua. Thanks for stopping by. See you around. Yeah, I don't know if... Yeah, I guess I can go through the gate. What an annoying location. All right, but I got my second casket. That's very good. Back to Sears Village. All right, next. Berthorpe. I can do that. PvP Arena Hospital, that's an easy one. All right, this is the same location as the last one, east of Yano. Not too bad. It does get a little bit better, right? Once you've done a lot of these clue scrolls, you start recognizing the steps and you know exactly what's what. Man, these jungle spiders, though. Were they here last time? I guess surely they were. Alright, I got my casket. I'm out of here. That's good. I've been able to do all my clues so far. Two more here. See, now this one I probably can't do. Pointed bruised blue snow. I don't even know what that is. Let me look that up. So you have to create it. And you can craft it with 15 crafting, which I do have. But you need a blemish blue shell. Let me see where I get this. It's from a bruised blemish snail that's 20 combat level. That's pretty easy. Level 20. Mortmire Swamp. Let me see on the map here exactly where they are. Okay. They're kind of south of Canifis. Alright, this is doable. I have a Staff of Air in the bank, thankfully. It's my only one, though. And then a Bronze Square Shield I also have. Good. Okay. So, we need to go to Canifis. I think the best way for me to get there is with my Ectophile. Hey Connor, welcome in, by the way. It sounds like you've been here, lurking, but welcome nonetheless. No worries. Loves to all the lurkers. I'm a lurker myself when I'm watching people's streams. You know what's super annoying? I was out here doing a werewolf slayer task a few episodes ago. And I needed a lot of food, right? So every time I ran out of food, I would teleport to Varrock to use the bank over there. Completely forgetting about the bank that's literally right here. Somebody pointed that out in the comments for that video. So thank you, whoever that was. I'm a total idiot. The bank is literally right here. It's not like it's hidden or anything. You got the full set in 17 runs? That is an insane spoon. Dang, man. That's like getting a piece essentially every 3 runs, right? Oh boy, how do I get down there? Oh, you just... Do I have to go through the gate? I might have to go through the gates. Well, congrats on that. Because that is a painful minigame to do. It's not a fun one. So I'm glad you were in and out. Actually, I don't think it's these Meyer Blamish snails, right? It has to be the blue one. Bruised Blamish snail. Has to be the bruised ones. So there are all kinds of snails. There's a bruised one. It's what, like a 1 in 20 drop rate? Oh, I already got it. Perfect. Excellent. Dang it. I forgot to look up how to actually make this thing. I'm assuming probably just like a chisel or something. Yeah, crafting, with the chisel. That's it. I should have brought my chisel. You know what? I'll just do a quick Falador teleport. All right, Bronze Square and Staff of Air. And then I'm going to bring, what is it, 2 oak planks and 10 nails to build a stash unit. Then we're going to Shanty Pass. I'll use my Ring of Dueling for that. Yeah, that was super quick. Got it on my first kill there. Even though it's not a bad drop rate, but still, it's nice not having to loiter around there. It is a fun helmet. That is a fun helmet for sure. My character looks like an absolutely crazy person. That is sick. All right, next clue. Arceus Library again. Let me put all my stash stuff here. Falador. However, I need the Catch Me If You Can song. Do I have that? I do not. Let me see how difficult it is to obtain. The last time I needed one of these songs, it was only obtainable in a quest, which would be a problem. And this actually kind of sounds questy. No, so this unlocks in the Ardoin Rat Pits. Okay, so it should be pretty easy for me to unlock this. The basement of the house just west of the inn in East Ardoin. I should be able to unlock this. Where is the inn? I'm so blind I am not seeing it. There it is. Okay, so it looks like, there we go. The rat pit's over there. Northeast corner. Or northwest. Nab bad quest? What do you mean? Maybe there's a quest that involves the rat pits, right? But I guess from what I'm reading, you don't necessarily need to do the quest to be able to get into the rat pits. I hope, anyway. I just want to unlock the song. Rat catchers. I remember doing that quest on my main way back in the day. You get that, like, rat catching pole. I need to start it. I hope not. Ah! You're right. I can't see the bottom of the ladder. I think I'll leave it be for now. Dang it. Ah, that sucks. You guys know me. I don't like to do a quest on stream, right? Like, I like to make the quest an episode, so I'm not going to do that. However, let me quickly look up the rat catcher's quest and see if it's even doable. So I've done most of the prerequisites. I would just need Icthlorin's little helper. Okay. So I will probably drop this clue, but keep it on the ground. And then potentially record an episode at some point to finish this clue. But for now, I cannot do it. Unfortunate. These are the worst ones, like the quest-locked clue steps. Because I can't really address them immediately. Adamant square shield, bone dagger, mithril plate body. The bone dagger is a problem. I do not have that. I think that's behind a quest as well. Let me look that one up. So actually, you can get it from a chest. 52 thieving, 1 in 23 from the Dorgesh Khan chest. However, I'm pretty sure I need to do a quest to be able to loot that chest. Yeah, I need to do Death to the Dorgesh Khan. Which requires me to do the Lost Tribe. Okay, so this is another quest-locked clue that I cannot do. So I will be dropping it. Let's open up the 3 caskets that we did get. Correct, Connor. I did see that you can buy the bone dagger. But of course, with the no shop thing, I'll have to get it from the chest, which doesn't sound too bad, honestly, but it's just currently locked behind a quest for me. Alright. Crappy little roll here. Let's open the second one. You longbow. Yeah, another garbage chest. Come on, give me something decent for the last one, you know, just to kind of get excited about. Nothing. Total garbage caskets. Not even a unique. Very sad indeed. So I think I'm gonna go catch more implings, I guess. I don't know. See, but now it's annoying because I have to, like, remember these clues. It's not the worst thing in the world if I forget about them, but ideally I want to take them with me to Xanaris. I probably won't, though. We got an hour. What time is it? 11:49. If I forget, somebody remind me. At like 45 an hour from now to come refresh these. Let me pray at this altar as well. Didn't see my prayer wasn't full. So let's take a look, boys. We've done 25 medium clue scrolls so far. And we have gotten some good stuff. Notably, the Holy Sandals. I think that's the best thing I've gotten. Holy Sandals was pretty clutch. And then I got an Ancient Cloak. I got a Guthix Cloak. So I have gotten some pretty good things here. Also, the War Blessing. That's pretty cool, too. So I can't complain too much, because in 25 caskets, I have gotten some pretty decent things. Just not what I'm looking for. Yeah, the Ceradoman Sandals is really nice, Sid. I was stoked about that one. Yeah, Connor, so, admittedly, I got the sandals while I was recording an episode, which has yet to be released, so you will see that at some point. However, I must warn you that it is totally anticlimactic, because I get them and I don't really know what they are at the time. So I'm like, oh, Holy Sandals, this seems pretty good. It's a unique. Anyway, I'll look this up and let you guys know next time. So it's very anticlimactic, but after looking it up and realizing what it is, I'm pretty stoked about it. It's definitely like a best in slot for certain situations for me, right? I'm quickly coming to realize how important prayer is for doing some of the mid to late game content. Man, I have not gotten a Captain Arnov in a long time. Almost forgot this random event exists. All that for a gold necklace. At least he showed up while I'm still next to the bank. Yeah, so with the boots and that War Blessing, that's what, like +4 prayer, if I have both of those equipped. And that War Blessing's super cool, right? Because you essentially just put it on your arrow slot. So it's like a free piece of gear. Correct, I do have that helmet. Dang it. Forgot my jars. I do this so often. I feel like it's the meme of this grind that I'm currently stuck on. Dang it, I forgot my jars. And also, dang it, I went the wrong way. Connor, that's a maybe. That's a maybe. I don't know if you're in my Discord, but I wrote down all the no shop rules that I am proposing, like to officially codify the exact rules of the no shop. I have yet to put it up to a vote, so I should probably do that soon. But one of the rules that I proposed is that if an item is locked behind a quest, and it is essentially a quest reward that you can only get that way, then that might fall under an exception. So for example, the classic being like the Barrow's Glove, which technically is a shop because you're exchanging money for it, but it is exclusively obtainable after completing a quest. So in that case, I think the rest of the prayer armor might fall under that rule if we do choose to adopt that rule. Now, what would not count are items that are locked behind a quest that you can obtain in other places. So the example there would be Dragon Plate Body from Dragon Slayer, right? It is essentially a shop version of the Rune Plate Body that you unlock specifically after completing the quest. But since you can get the Rune Plate Body in other places, it does not fall under the exception. Anyway, if anybody's interested in like the itty bitty details of the proposed rules, you can check out the Discord. Eventually, I do need to put it up to a vote. The rule I made is that any of my proposed rules has to pass with an 80% majority once I do a poll on it. I don't want it to be a simple like 50%, right? I want it to be something considered a somewhat overwhelming majority of people agree with it. I really wish that I wasn't locked here because I really want to get my crafting up. I want to get it up so I can make birdhouses for my birdhouse runs because I'm stuck on the mahogany ones. My hunter is high enough to do the birdhouses, but my crafting is not. And I have enough junk in my bank to get to 60 crafting, I think. I just can't do it since I've locked myself here. This is nice. Getting a lot in a row here at the spawn point. The Essence Simplings, they drop easy clue scrolls, right? Because I am building a nice little stack of them in my bank as well. I'm not specifically hunting them, but, you know, if they fly around me, I'll catch them. There's some pretty cool stuff that you get from the easy caskets. I should probably stand here for this spawn point because sometimes the eclectic implings spawn like a little higher. I should probably go one layer deep. You know, I know it's a little dirty and a little cheap with the way that I locked myself here, but I am kind of excited that I got that Dorgashan step because that is one of the quests that I really wanted to do, is that whole Dorgashan quest chain. So this gives me an excuse to be able to do a couple of the quests in that chain. The actual episode where I explain everything here with the lock in Puro-puro hasn't come out yet, but one of the exceptions that I made, of course, is if I come across a step that is locked behind something that I can accomplish within an hour, then I allow myself to do it. So doing the quest can certainly be done within an hour. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know much about the storyline, actually. I think I might have done those quests in my other character way back in the day, but I don't remember much about it, so I am excited to partake in it. But just kind of peripherally looking at those quests, it looks like it's a very well-developed quest chain, right? So I'm excited for the rune lore over there. As I'm getting a little bit deeper into my playthrough, I'm kind of wanting to group up the quests a little bit better, right? So instead of just haphazardly bouncing around quests and content, I'm hoping to try and group the relevant quests together, right? Like instead of doing one quest, try to do the entire quest chain in sequence. I know that's not always possible, right? Because as you get deeper into a quest chain, sometimes the requirements get a little ridiculous. But as much as I can, I kind of want to try to keep storyline related stuff together. I have not done a good job at that yet. I forgot the jars again. I need somebody to make me like a custom RuneLite plugin that just flashes my screen red obnoxiously every time I enter Puro-puro to remind me to get my jars. Majorettes. Name me a few quests in that chain to see if I recognize. People hate on this Puro-puro track, but I actually think it's a pretty decent rune tune. My music is on random, by the way. It's just coincidental that it started playing in here. Oh, okay, Connor. I've definitely done Dig Site and the Haziel Cult quests. I've never done Desert Treasure 1 or 2. You know, another quest I need to really prioritize is Tears of Guthix, right? So I could do that mini game once per week and get experience. It was actually on my list before I got locked in here. My roadmap prior to getting locked into Puro-puro was actually working towards the quest chains that will allow me to unlock the Death Rune altar and the Blood altar at Guardians of the Rift. That's kind of what I was working towards. And I think for the Death altar, that falls in part with the Dorgashun quest chain. And then the Blood altar, it's like all those crazy Mauritania quests. So that was what my roadmap was prior to all of this. That's another reason why I'm kind of glad I got that clue step that requires me to do the Lost Tribe and whatever other quest. What is my thieving, by the way? 57. I think that's the level that I needed for that chest, right? So I think I have just the right thieving level to be able to loot that chest once I get to it. Yeah, Morning's End. But all that Dorgashun Lost Tribe stuff are prerequisites, right? I'm pretty sure that's the case, if I'm remembering correctly. Well, anyways, whether it was or was not, it was definitely on my roadmap to-do list. You know, now that I got that rat catcher quest as well, I'm starting to think, as much as I hate doing it, I should probably bring a kitten here, right? And just start raising kittens. That's one thing I've not done this playthrough, is idly raise kittens, which I should be doing, right? It's free death runes. And it's not that difficult, right? But to me, it's such a painful chore to have to, like, every 30 minutes give a sardine to a cat or something. But there's really no reason for me not to be doing that. Can you stack cats, or can you only have one at a time? Like, can I raise 20 kittens one at a time and just deposit full-grown cats in the bank as a stack? And then the follow-up question to that is, since I have not been doing this, I actually totally forgot. Where do I even get a kitten? Do I just go back to Gertrude? And she gives me another one? From the deep recesses of my brain, that's what I think. And hopefully it's not a sale of a cat, right? Because then it would bring up no shop considerations and I would have to think about it. All right, it is Gertrude. She will give you a kitten if you don't have one, or a cat. So I guess that sort of answers my initial question about stacking, right? Because if I do have a cat in the bank, you're implying that she would not give me another one. I am pretty sure I have a cat in my bank. Alright, Connor says no, you can't get a new kitten once your cat is grown. Alright, alright. So once I stack another 150 Eclectic Implings and I go do another clue run, I will stop by Gertrude and I will get a new kitten. We'll start raising some cats. I could use the death runes. Oh my god, so annoying. My rule here is never chase. Every time I chase, I end up regretting it. It's better just to loiter. She won't if you have the cat in your bank. Huh. So that's a bit of a problem, right? Because you can only drop so many pets in your home. I do have a little... I think it's the Oak Pet House, right? I think it can only do 4 pets. I do have one of those. I built it so I could leave my little tiny Tempor running around in there. That was a few episodes back. I forgot what episode I put that in. I couldn't upgrade it to the mahogany version because I didn't have mahogany planks. Although I do have like a handful of mahogany planks now in my bank. I think I have like 4 or 5. I have no idea where I got them, where they came from. That's true, Connor. Like, worst case scenario, I could just go trade in the cat for death runes. There's no point in stacking them, right? What's the point of the cat anyway? To get the death runes. So might as well just trade them in. And I think I get double death runes right after doing the Easy Ardoin Diary. So I should be getting stacks of 200. Yeah, I'm hoping it's the easy one. I'm hoping I'm not misremembering either. And it's like medium or hard or something. Let's see. Yeah, I got a cat. It weighs 1.5 pounds. I will not forget the jars this time. I wonder at what level I stop failing eclectic in place. That would be great. That would make this so fast. Yeah, this is like a 5-second respawn, so if I never fail this, I could get an eclectic impling every 5 seconds. That would be madness. 2.2 mils, pretty nice. Did you get anything interesting? Man, were you doing that clue step the whole time? That is a long clue scroll to do. Oh, that is cool. I'm very much into the Saradomin aesthetics in this game. Okay, you did 3. That's much more reasonable. I was about to say your time to complete a clue scroll is almost as bad as mine. I'm like walking around Gillinor with no run energy, muttering to myself that I'm going the wrong way, taking an hour to do a medium clue. Although I do know those elite clues, like the reason I ask is because although I've never done one, I've heard rumors that they're very intense, like many steps, difficult steps, time consuming. Hopefully by the point that you are doing master clue scrolls or elite clue scrolls, you're deep enough into the game where you have very convenient teleport methods, right? Like you can teleport from your house everywhere. You got your fairy rings, you got the tree spirits, you got everything you need to teleport around efficiently. Yeah, that's the other thing, Connor. It's like I've heard some of those steps, they require like these really obscure items, which could be very annoying, I guess. Speaking of which, I've had a hard clue scroll in my bank since like the very first few episodes of this series. It's just been simmering there in my bank. And it's actually a step that I could complete. I'm pretty sure it's to talk to the old man at the barrows. So that should actually be pretty easy for me to do now. In fact, I may go do that step next time I'm running around doing clues. Alright, I'm at 106. Let me keep going. Do 1 or 2 more runs here of catching implings, and then we'll probably try to go do some more scrolls. And go get a cat. Hey Pyro, welcome in. Soon, my friend, soon. I don't know if you saw the update, maybe a couple months ago that my computer broke, so I can't do Lord of the Rings online since I'm playing on a laptop. But just yesterday, the manufacturer that I sent the computer to get repaired to told me that they're ready to ship it out. So I should be getting my computer back soon, and then we can expect me to get back into Lotro and doing some Lotro videos pretty soon thereafter. I know it's been a long wait. I do apologize about that. I did not want that series to kind of stop in its tracks, but hopefully we're at the tail end of that problem and we should get back into it. Oh, you got a new PC yesterday? Hopefully you got like an early Black Friday deal on it or something like that. I got my computer last year with a Black Friday deal, and that saved me a good chunk of money. Although it didn't even last a year right before it crapped out on me and I had to send it back. Very unfortunate. Oh dang, a 480 Super. So you got a beast PC. You didn't get you just casually threw out there, I got a new PC. It's like, no, man, you got like a gaming machine, man. That's exciting. For sure. Where did you get it from, if you don't mind me asking? Wait, so are you upgrading your current PC? You just bought some new parts? Or did you get a brand new computer? You know what's funny? When I got my new PC last year, I updated from a 1080 as well. That's the video card I was running prior to that. I actually had two 1080s running an SLI, but then they stopped SLI support for them, so it's pretty outdated. So I can confirm that that is a big upgrade from the 1080, because that's what I was running before as well. I'll be fully honest though, those 1080s, even though they're old now, spectacular video card. Probably the best video card I've had to date in terms of just what it was able to do and for how long it was able to do it, right? So it lasted me like nearly a decade. I was recording and streaming and editing and everything in 1080p. It's really when I started trying to upgrade my quality to 4K that it started to struggle a little bit, and that's kind of what prompted my upgrade. But the 1080 is a spectacular graphics card, at least during its era. Yeah, I kept all the parts of my old computer. I'm hoping like one day when I'm up for it and I have some extra time, I kind of want to do a DIY project where I set up like a home media server using those parts. So for now, they're just kind of sitting in a closet, but Yeah, very similar to me, Pyro. I was running the 1080. I had that computer for about 8 years, and then I upgraded. I actually went with the... I went all out, man. I went all out. So I upgraded to a 4090. The new computer was excellent while it lasted. And then it just went crazy on me. You know, Pyro, I'll be honest, you're probably not going to see that much of a difference between the 4080 and the 4090. I wasn't really buying, like, the 4090. What I was trying to buy was, like, the peace of mind that I could record, stream, play anything, any game I wanted for the channel without having to worry about it. That's kind of what I was putting my money towards, if that makes sense. Less so the actual components, and more so that peace of mind. And look where that got me, right? I've been without the computer for over 3 months now. Yeah, it's only been a year, Ed. I got the computer as a Thanksgiving Black Friday thing last year. I ordered it in November of last year. I didn't get it until January. When I got it, I was in the middle of a move, so I couldn't even set it up till like February. So I used it from February to about like September until I started having issues with it. So a little over half a year of use before it crapped out on me. I got it from Origin PC. It is a long-standing high-end gaming computer company. Now, before anybody jumps down my throat, I know you spend a lot of extra money to get it through a company like that, and it's much cheaper to just get the parts and build it yourself. I fully recognize that. I was willing to pay a few $100 more to just have somebody who has a lot of experience doing it do it for me. Again, for that peace of mind, right? Could I have learned how to build it and taken the project on myself? Yeah, but it would have been my first one, as opposed to if a company does it, it's like their 1,000th time they've done it. So I was like, you know what? I'll just pay a little extra for that. We'll be all right. Clearly, we were not all right. What's super annoying is that when I got my email yesterday that they're ready to ship it back to me, you know what those clowns told me? Yeah, I got a 1-year warranty, Pyro, so thankfully I was able to utilize that like right before it expired, right? So I got a little lucky in that sense. But yeah, you know what those clowns told me yesterday? Congratulations, your computer is ready to be shipped back. Pay us $200 to ship it back to you and we'll get it on its way. So annoying. Of course, I emailed them back and I'm like, nah, I'm not going to pay that. No, thank you. And of course, I didn't win that battle. So I'm going to have to pay it. Which is fine, but it's just so annoying. It is like technically buried in their like terms of service or whatever. Like for shipping, you're responsible for it. They paid for me to ship it out to them, so I thought they were also going to pay to ship it back to me, but nope. But yeah, I learned an important life lesson. I learned an important life lesson with that experience. And that is, sometimes it's better to just be quiet and get screwed over than to complain about getting screwed over and get screwed over anyway, right? Because if somebody's screwing you over, that's disrespect, right? Total disrespect. Now, if you're begging somebody, please don't screw me over. I'm begging you. Stop screwing me over. And they still do it anyway. It's like double the disrespect, right? Plus a little bit of self-shame. So, You know, sometimes it's better just to take the L. MSI. I'll have to write that down. You know what though, Pyro? I actually used Origin for my previous PC as well, the one I was telling you about with the 1080s. And it was a perfect computer. Like I told you, it lasted me 8 years and literally never had a problem with it, which is kind of amazing considering how much I put that computer through. So I had a good record with that company, I guess. So I trusted them again. And I totally understand, you know, like sometimes a component goes faulty. It's not necessarily the manufacturer's fault or anything like that. It just kind of happens. But it is kind of annoying that I've not had my computer for 3 months. They've been holding on to it for 3 months and they're charging hundreds of dollars to ask me to get the computer back. That's the annoying part. Dang it, I forgot the jars. I was carried away ranting about my experience here and I forgot my jars. But I know I've said this a lot to other people on the stream. But for those of you who have not heard it, I'm also very, very concerned that they did not actually fix it. That is my main worry. They told me it was a problem with the custom cooling component on the CPU, which, from all the testing that I did, does not make sense to me. Because when I was first trying to diagnose the problem myself prior to getting the manufacturer involved, I really stress tested the CPU. There's certain software that you can get that specifically stress tests the CPU to make sure it's fine. So I ran a bunch of those. The CPU was running at like 100% load. Never had an issue. All those stress tests were fine. My temperatures were always totally normal. Even like cooler than I would expect. So I never had issues with temperature. So when they tell me that it was like a CPU cooling issue, I'm very skeptical. Starforge, I think I briefly looked into that when I was looking at my PC, but just in general, I've become very skeptical of like, what do you call it? I guess influencer sponsored stuff. Ooh, a RuneScape system. I'll have to look at that just out of curiosity. What's an AIO cooler? Yeah, with my new PC, I got liquid cooling for the whole thing. Which is kind of cool, and it does help a little bit with the temperatures, but it does make it well, not super complicated, but it makes it much trickier to replace components if that needs to happen, right? Okay, all-in-one, closed water cool. Yeah, that's what I got on mine as well. I think it does help. Like I was telling you earlier, like my temperatures on my computer while it was working was very impressive. I've never seen a computer keep so cool while under so much stress. But again, the downside is if you need to replace a component, it's just trickier because you kind of have to take the whole thing apart. It's not a matter of just like popping out a video card and putting a new one in. That being said, Pyro, according to the manufacturer, that's where the problem was. It was with this cooling system. particularly as it was working with the CPU. So make of that what you will. It was my first water-cooled system. It definitely was not running hot. I had sensors on it, and I always monitored the temperature on it, especially when I was trying to diagnose the problem. Temperatures were always fine. Unless there was a problem with the sensor itself, I don't know. Although, you know, now that I think about it, perhaps there is some truth to what they're saying. The reason I say that is, towards the tail end of my diagnostics, I was trying to reinstall Windows, and I couldn't even do that. Like, I would try to reinstall Windows, and I would get, like, blue screens or whatever. And then I went to bed, I let the computer sit overnight, and then I tried it again the next morning, and Windows installed. So that kind of falls in line with maybe it like cooled down a bit overnight and was able to install, so I don't know. Yeah, Pyro, I don't want to like give the whole 30-minute speech about the issues I was having with the computer, but if you're actually curious as to what was happening, I would just point you to that update video that I did like 2 months ago or something. It was very weird issues that's kind of hard to like even describe. The most bizarre problem that kind of started the whole thing is my Firefox tabs would crash. Like my web browser tabs would just start crashing all the time. Which sounds like it's not a computer issue, right? It sounds more like software-ish. But it's not. It was specifically on that system. Even after like reinstalling everything. So that's such a weird problem. Like, why would my tabs be crashing? Oh, it is 45, guys. Nobody reminded me. It's 45. I need to get out of here and refresh my clue scrolls, or I will lose them. Fully understand that, Ed, but it would be weird, right? Because I would get that, but at other times I would be running OBS to record footage in 4K while running Lord of the Rings Online in 4K, and that's very CPU intensive, and I wouldn't have any issues with that. That's a lie. That's a lie. Rarely OBS would crash. So that's another one of the issues I was having. But who knows? Maybe they're right, you know? I'm just like cynical and skeptical, and I'm like, they better have fixed the problem. But maybe they really did. Maybe they diagnosed the correct thing. They got the right issue resolved. That's all I can hope for, right? So hopefully they fixed it. And hopefully that's that. Alright, let me refresh my clue scrolls here. And then I'm gonna try to get 3 more, and we'll do some clues. Hopefully get something juicy. Yeah, as an amateur, I did everything I could to diagnose and fix, and once it got beyond my capabilities, I just sent it to them, let them deal with it, and I described everything in great detail. Hopefully they took it seriously, and hopefully it's all fixed up. All right, we got one. Gonna try to get 3 more here. Sounds good, Pyro. Definitely appreciate the input. Like I said, if you really are curious about exactly what was going on and my description of the problems, check out that video at some point. I think I titled it something like a tragic update, I think is what I titled that video, from maybe like 2-3 months ago. Admittedly, I ramble a lot in that video, but maybe you can click around to the relevant part. Yeah, initially I was hoping that it was very simple, right? Like, oh, it's the video card. The video card's screwed up. You need to replace it. You stress test the video card, and that's what makes the computer crash every time. It's just a simple replacement. But wasn't so easy. Alright, we got 5 steps, boys. The first 2, again, I cannot do. Those are locked behind quests that I will try to address in separate episodes, but let's take a look at these bottom 3. Before I do, though, let me get all the resources I will need to navigate all over Gillinor. Let me also grab my ecto file, some coins, and probably a rune scimitar, right? In case I need to kill an enemy. Alright, let's see what we got. South of Castle Wars. That is easy enough. That's cool, Connor. Yeah, when I was a kid, I got the Nintendo GameCube, and I was so stoked. And as a kid, you don't have any income, right? You scrape money together from mowing the neighbor's lawn or an allowance or something. So it took me so long to save up the $200 to get a GameCube. And I went to Best Buy, and I bought it with coins, a big jar of coins. That poor employee had to count it. It was a disaster. I didn't account for tax. I thought it was just like $200 and that's it. But thankfully, my parents covered the tax for me, so I was able to get my GameCube. Point of that story is, not much later, the GameCube crapped out on me. And it was, the reason I set it up like that is that you can get a little taste of how devastating it was for the little kid in me who saved up for that GameCube and it crapped out. But I sent it to Nintendo, and they fixed it up for me. So they were very good. Adamant Sword, Sapphire Amulet, Adamant Plate Skirt. This is a clue that I have gotten before and I cannot do because of the Adamant Plate Skirt. There are ways for me to get this, just nothing that's feasible right now. So this is an L drop. Will not be doing that clue. Another funny Nintendo story for you guys. Renaissance Gaming. Little kid. He's got his Nintendo 64. He's so excited. He's going to visit his family in Brazil. So I go to my grandma's house in Brazil, and I'm going to be there like all summer. So I took my Nintendo 64 with me. Plug that bad boy in. And you know what? In America, the outlets are 110 volts. In Brazil, they're 220 volts. So if you don't have a converter, you can only imagine. I plugged in my N64. I turn it on. All the lights in the house go off. The N64 sparks and starts smoking. Absolute tragedy. Now, what's really cool about this story is my uncle was there, and he essentially got the N64 and he took it to like some shady ass repair shop in the streets of Brazil, and the guy completely fixed it. I have the N64 to this very day, and it works perfectly fine. I don't know how you fix something like that, but they fixed it for me for like 10 bucks. The Arceus Mine, I can do that one. Yeah, Brazilians are like super crafty like that. They can literally fix anything and everything. I think Wintertod Teleport is best. Moral of the story is, if you're traveling internationally, definitely check the voltages of the country that you're going to. Nowadays, most electronics have like a internal converter, right? To where you can just plug it in anywhere, and if the voltage doesn't match up, it automatically converts. But at least back in the day, it certainly was not like that. Connor, you're absolutely right. It's definitely commentary on the society, right? Like American society, certainly at least at the time, was very rich, very wealthy, right? So in terms of if something breaks, a lot of the times it's just cheaper and easier to just get a new one in America. But in other parts of the world, you don't have that luxury. So people kind of have to learn how to fix things. It's a necessity. So yeah, even today, like you go to Brazil, there are repair shops for everything. Like there's a microwave repair shop. There's a fan repair shop. Whereas over here, it's like your fan breaks, just go buy a new one at Target or something. South of Slayer Tower, I believe that's in Mauritania. Indeed it is. I think I'll get my hard clue scroll as well and do that Barrows clue. Where is Barrows? Somewhere around here. Am I going crazy? Am I just like not seeing it? Oh, it's right here. It's next to Morton. It's actually not that close to Canifis. I do have Morton teleports, though. I have the Shades of Morton one as well. You know what? For now, let me just keep doing the medium one. Speaking of Morton, that clue that I dropped earlier with the adamant plate skirt, the easiest way for me to get an adamant plate skirt at this point is to loot some of the Shades of Morton minigame chests. With the silver keys, there's like a 1 in 50 drop rate for adamant plate skirts. The account got recovered back? You mean it was somebody else's account or something? Oh, that's crazy. Years before. That really sucks. Yeah, it's like I was saying earlier, like this account that I'm playing right now, it got hacked many times in the past when I was a kid, and I was able to recover it like years and years later. So like the recovery thing goes pretty hard. All right, Fossil Island. I can definitely do that. Question is, where exactly? Over here? Okay. Ah, dang it. You know what? I should have done the... Let me just do dig site, and then we can go to the camp, and from there you can take the rowboat a lot easier. All right, we got a casket. Sweet. Honestly, Pyro, I think every RuneScape player at some point in their RuneScape history tried botting. I certainly did as a kid. If any mods are listening, I've never botted this account. 90% of everything I do on this account is on stream, so I have the evidence. Cave of Beasts. I have that. Valador Park. I tried botting in RuneScape Classic. Can you believe that? I found this coal mining bot for the mining guild here in Falador for RuneScape Classic. So I got that bot and I was like super excited about it. And my family was going like on a weekend family trip or something, and I was going to set it up so we would run all weekend. Except you guys know how the internet was back then, right? Like super unstable. So when I got back from the vacation, I was like, man, I'm going to be like level 90 mining with like 500,000 coal in the bank. Turns out the bot ran for probably like 20 minutes before my internet went out. West of the clock tower. Easy enough. And then eventually I did keep using that mining bot in RuneScape Classic, and eventually did get banned. And that was that. No more botting for me. Although I am fascinated about botting in general. Like, I love watching videos about RuneScape bots and the arms race between the moderators and the bot development teams. I do think it's very interesting. Alright, Birthorpe. All right, we got all our caskets that we can get. Before I open them, let me actually just take care of that silly hard clue step. And then let's do the cat as well. Oh yeah, Connor. When I was experimenting with that mining bot, I definitely tried to make my own as well with like Windows macro recorder, right? Where you would capture your mouse clicks and stuff like that. Wait, Pyro, do you already have the computer, or does it still need to get shipped out to you? Yeah, strange old man at Barrows. I can do the group teleport to Morton. Okay, so you're still waiting a little bit. Alright, how do I get there? There's a little bridge to the south. God, these shades. Super obnoxious. I can't wait to do my Barrows grind and get all 24 pieces of gear. That is going to be fun times. Can't believe I'm finally doing this step like over a year later. I've been holding on to this clue for over a year. Backstory in Falls. I can do that. Only question is, what's the easiest way for me to get there? Looks like my games necklace. However, my game necklace broke because I did the last use on it. So I think what I'll do is I'll go to Ardoin, I'll do the cat, I'll withdraw another games necklace. I think that's the move. Going the wrong way. I need to craft more games necklace. I have a bunch of sapphire necklaces. I have a bunch of sapphires, but the necklaces themselves are running out. Alright, so I've actually never done this before, so I don't really know where to go. I think it's that shop in the southwest. Is that where I trade in the cat? By the way, Pyro, I don't know if you've ever had an M2 SSD, but it was my first time using those. It makes a super difference, especially for Lord of the Rings Online, right? Like a pretty old video card can run Lord of the Rings Online optimally. So you're not going to notice too much of an upgrade based on your CPU and GPU upgrades. But what will make the difference is that M2 SSD. You'll notice super fast loading between scenes. Okay, you already know then. I'm preaching to the choir. Okay, so it's definitely not this lady. You know what? I can probably look at the achievement diary. I thought it would tell me like where the rewards that I get from the diary. Fine, I'll look this up. I hate having to look stuff up in the middle of a stream. So apparently it's just a civilian. I need to find a civilian in Southwest Ardoin. That's pretty beefy internet. That's what I get as well. 1 gig up and down. However, it's significantly impacted by my firewall settings and VPN and all that. So it ends up being a lot less, but good enough. 200 death runes. Nice. Sweet. So I guess it is the easy diary that gives you 200 instead of 100. All right, off to Backstory and Falls. Yep, Hardcore Ironman. I think it's a lot more fun. I love the Ironman rule set. I've told this story before, but when I decided that I was going to do a playthrough of Old School RuneScape for the channel, I was like, you know what? Artificially, I'm not going to allow myself to trade with anybody. And then I realized that was like already incorporated as a game mode. But on top of that, I don't allow myself to use any shops. Wait a second, am I going crazy? Where's the clue thing? It says I'm on it, right? Almera's house. Search the boxes on the first floor. This is Almera's house. I don't see any boxes. Oh, up the ladder. First floor is deceiving, right? I think first floor, I think ground floor. What is this? Travel to the fairy ring? Do you, like, absolutely have to use the fairy ring? Or can I just manually go there? I wish the plugin would tell me, like, where this fairy ring is. I guess it just assumes I have fairy rings unlocked. BLP. Let me just look this up again. Honestly, Connor, it makes sense, right? Like, I've seen it in elevators, right? Like, if you press G in an elevator, that's the ground floor. BLP is the Cesar Arena. That's like the fight pit. I'm alright. I'm gonna bank this clue. I'm gonna bank the hard clue. I'll do it later. It was just kind of like a little side venture. It's not really what I'm mostly focused on doing, so not gonna worry about it. We'll go to Varrock. We'll pick up a new kitten. Gertrude is what? West of here? Yep. Oh, wait a minute. She took 100 gold from me for that kitten. That's a problem. Damn, that's a problem. What do we do with that? Because that's kind of like a shop. I don't know if it should be an exception, though, because what do you really use the kitten for? Yeah, you need it for a quest, but I already had a cat. But I gave the cat away. So I should not have given my cat away so I could do the quest. Oh, that sucks. See, I have to think about this now. I mean, at this point, like, I have to keep this kitten because for the rat catcher's quest, you do need a cat. So in a perfect world, I would not have traded my cat for these death runes. Kept my cat, done the quest, never gotten a second kitten. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So, I think for now what I'll do is I'm going to keep the cat, of course, since it is going to be needed for a quest, but I'm going to drop the death runes so that I can essentially kind of reset to me having my original cat without having purchased a second kitten. Because theoretically, as a no shopper, I need the cat for the quest, so that is an exception. However, I chose to trade my cat away and buy a new kitten, which should not have happened. So I think the fairest thing to do is to drop the death runes and then raise this kitten. And then at some point, I could potentially consider making buying kittens an exception, but since that's not an adopted rule right now, I don't think it's fair for me to do that. That's my philosophy. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's open 2 caskets here. Let's hope for some good luck. Alright. Got a Zamorak page 2. That's a unique. That's something. And the other one... Ooh, we got some juicy stuff. We got 3 uniques in this one. The Orange Boater, the Holy Blessing, and the Adamant Kite Shield Trimmed. Not what I'm looking for, but pretty decent. Let's check out the Fashionscape with this. Oh, that's looking juicy. Look at that hat. I look like, what's his name? Luffy. From the anime. And then Holy Blessing. There are a lot of boaters, right? There's like 5 different colors you can get. But they're still pretty rare, admittedly. So Holy Blessing gives a +1 prayer bonus. Nice. Alright, so that's that for now. Go ahead and deposit all of this. And then back to Puro-puro once again. Although I still have 100 jars here. So that is enough for 3 more. Since I already have 2 on the floor, so you know what? We'll do more. We'll try to get 3 more clues. Dang it. Going a little dry here. Alright, there we go. Definitely going dry on these jars. Alright, 14 jars. Hoping to get 2 clues out of them. Probably not happening. Not even a single one. Alright, so we only have 1 clue left here. That's alright. Let's see what it's all about. HCIM Pub, I can do it. You know what? Let me get a fish in case the thing gets hungry. Can you feed it cooked fish? Or is it raw only? Because I don't have any raw fish anymore. I cooked everything. I guess we'll find out. HCIM Pub is going to be south. Catherby Fletching Shop. That is easy. That is a quick one. You know what's sad, Akatsuki? Is you kind of work out the numbers, right? Like how many clues do I need to do to go on rate for my drop? And I forgot what mine is, like 1 in 300 or something. And you're like, well, I've done 100 of them, so I'm almost on rate. But really, if you haven't gotten your item, you're essentially starting at 0 every time. Lumbridge Church, another super easy clue to do. Whoops, I did not mean to kill that poor woman. And here we have our casket. You know what, Akatsuki? I like that math. I like that math. With that in mind, let's go ahead and open this. It's a 50-50 chance that I'll get what I want in here, according to Akatsuki's math, which I am on board with. I did not get what I needed. I got some dig side teleports, which are kind of useless, since I have dig side pendants. I always take a little bit of law runes, but this is probably one of the worst reward caskets I've gotten. Why is it worth 96,000 though? That's pretty crazy. I guess people pay money for these teleports. Oh no, I only withdrew 10 of each rune. I can't teleport back to Camelot. Oh my god. How stupid. Alright, let me refresh my clues here on the ground. Alright, so it is 127. Let's go with like 225. Somebody remind me in like an hour to come refresh these. Although you guys didn't remind me last time. Back to Xanaris. You know what, guys? I was thinking about it. The kitten thing actually falls under one of the exceptions that I have proposed and written down on Discord, and that would be getting an item that is an exclusive reward to a quest, right? Because you can't get a kitten any other way unless you buy it from Gertrude after completing Gertrude's cat. So I think getting kittens actually does fall under one of the proposed exceptions that's already written down. Hasn't passed yet because I never even put it up to a vote. But it would kind of fall into that exception. Now that I think about it. Let me see. Let me open up my Discord here. I'm gonna get very legal scholar on you guys. All right, let's see the Discord. Old School RuneScape no shop. Here we go. Well, actually, according to rule number 6, under the exceptions of the no shop rules, it says that a player may purchase an item if it is an exclusive quest reward that cannot be obtained any other way. Which would mean a kitten after completing Gertrude's cat. So, there you have it. So I guess I should not have thrown away all those death runes. Although technically the rules have not passed yet. What do you guys think I should do for the poll for the rules? Should I do it on the Discord? Should I do it? I don't know what the best way to do the poll to adopt the rules is. I think the Discord makes the most sense, but I understand not many people are actually in the Discord, nor do they want to be on the Discord, which I totally get. So I don't know if it's the best platform. At the same time, I think the people who are in the Discord are the ones that are a little bit more invested into the series, and so their say should actually be the ones that have the weight. All right, we'll do it on Discord. I need to, but before I do the vote, I need to make an announcement on it, right? I can't just like go vote on Discord now. I should probably make an announcement in one of the series videos and say, hey, poll's open for a week or something. Stream's going good, Muffin. Can't complain. What's going on? What do you mean what's going on? The same as always. I'm stuck here in Puro-puro, catching implings, doing medium clue scrolls. This is what my stream is going to look like for the foreseeable future. Unless we get really lucky. You mean catching implings is not entertaining enough for you? Hundreds and thousands of implings. So my grind is actually not that bad. Theoretically, I need to complete 284 clue scrolls to go on drop rate for the item that I'm looking for. 1 in 284, and I've done 28. I wish I were doing the guards as well, Akatsuki, but I'm trying to be as fair as possible to the no shop rules, especially considering the fact that I accidentally broke one in a major way. So this is kind of my own punishment for it. I was a little bit encouraged because after watching several One Chunk Ironman account videos on YouTube, many people have completed the Puro-puro grind before me, and they've done so in a much worse way. See, for me, theoretically, I only need to get 283 clue scrolls or whatever, which is just like a few thousand eclectic implings. Other people have been here to get to 89 hunters, so they've done tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of implings. So they've had it worse than me. So it's a little bit encouraging in that sense that there are people who have come before me and survived. Although everybody I saw kind of cheesed a little bit, because they would use like their main account here to like lure all the implings to them. So it was a little bit cheesed. Alright, I'll take a beekeeper. That's a free experience lamp. And some flax. I'll take it. Straight into herb lore. Nice. All right, Pyro, have fun. Thanks for stopping by. Let me know how the new computer is once you get it all set up. Thank you. You as well. Muffin, as addicted as I am to Old School RuneScape, I am nowhere near the top tier of addiction for this game. It's definitely not just me. This is one of the most popular games in the world, and it has been for years, if not decades. What's really kind of weird to think about is that essentially every game is just ones and zeros, right? It's just like a programming thing. It's a strictly mechanical, code-based interaction. The only thing that changes is the graphical representation that you get. I don't know, maybe that's a weird thought maybe that nobody has. See, I caught this eclectic impling. I essentially changed a 1 to a 0 somewhere, which is the same thing that happens when you get a kill in Call of Duty, except it was just graphically represented differently. The only time a console is useful is if there's an exclusive. Specifically like Nintendo, right? They only have the classic Nintendo games on a Nintendo console that you can't get on a PC. I think that's the only reason to ever have a console. Nah, some clown took my spot. I'm just gonna... Well, I was gonna world hop, but I guess he did it before I did. Okay, whatever. It was probably a bot. Welcome back, Muffin. Honor, you're telling me about it. You should see my list of games I want to record for the channel. It's like pages long. And I never scratch anything off of it. You know, I just add more games to it and rarely get anything off of it. It's depressing. Too many games. I guess the kitten status is broken, right? It says it's supposed to be grown up, but it's not grown up. Anyway, I think I need to go back and refresh my scrolls. They're about to expire. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, once it... Let me talk to it. There you go. No, no refresh. Oh, well, whatever. I was thinking that was too soon, right? Because I think it's like 3 hours total. All right, just in time here. 400 seconds. Get that nice refresh. And what do I got? All right, let me try to do another round of clues. Hopefully I can get 3 out of these 111 jars. There's one. Yeah, I won't. I'm just letting it get close. Got a few more minutes before it needs to eat. Going a little dry here on the clues. All right, good thing I said something. Should be able to get one more from 50. That's double the drop rate. Wrong one. All right, there you go. 5 clues. Excellent. Let me get set up to do them. Indeed, Arcanum. I'm about to do some clues that I just opened up from in there. Hopefully we'll get something interesting. If not, the exact item I need, that would be great. 2 of these clues I can't do, though, so these 2 are quest locked that I'll have to address in a separate episode, but I'm going to work on these bottom 3 clues here. Alright, let's see what we get. Northeast corner of Berthorpe. I know this exact location. This one's pretty easy. Should have brought my rune scimitar. I always forget to bring that along. Thankfully, this guy's pretty easy. I can just punch him to death quickly. Okay, so I don't think I can do this. Blue boots, I don't think I have access to. Let me look it up real quick. Yeah, this is a purchase only item. So, this clue cannot be done. That is a drop. Hopefully these other two are doable. Varrock Archery, easy step to do. Okay. Twilight Temple. The items are not a problem. I could get all of these. The problem is Twilight Temple. I don't know where that is. I hope it's accessible. It is very tricky to find the icon for this in a map that's this cluttered. Okay, so looks like this is in Valormore. All the way up here. I'm trying to think what the best way to get there. I think I just have to run because I haven't unlocked like the little birds that take you around to the different locations. So it's going to be a very long run, which is unfortunate, but at least it's doable. Or wait a second. Before I go there, I should probably get the items, right? That would make sense. Okay, so we're looking for a maple longbow. I have a maple short bow. However, I should be able to fletch one, I think. There we go. Maple longbow, and I have to string it. Perfect. So there's one. Yeah, I would imagine there's a bank nearby, right? But in case I need to do something to get these items, that would be a pain. All right, so ruby amulets. Do I have one? I do not. I have a strength amulet, but I could make this. Okay, so we'll get that, and a ruby. Actually, is my crafting good enough to make this? I hope it is. And steel plate legs, I have one pair in the bank here. Let me just double check the crafting here. Ruby Amulet 50. I'm 52. I can make it. What a relief. There we go. Got everything we need. I think the only thing I'm going to grab is some oak planks and steel nails so I can build that stash unit once I get there. All right, long journey begins. I'll run out of run energy very soon. Have to walk the rest of the way. I'm going the wrong way, already wasting my stamina. What always gets me is when my map is not oriented to the north. Because I'm like, oh, I want to go east. But then my map is facing south, so I'm actually going west. Sorry, guys. My microphone was on mute. Damn it. I hate when I do that. I don't know how long I've been on mute for. But the main point of the last 5 minutes is thank you for that tip. Clicking the compass to reset north. Absolutely game-changing. 22 years playing this game, and I never knew about that. Yeah, definitely one of the most game-changing things I've discovered so far. The other one is using your crops on a leprechaun at farm patches to note the crops. That was totally game-changing too. Okay, interesting. That's another cool thing about RuneScape, right? It's like you played the game for 2 decades and there's always really minor little things still left undiscovered, as well as really big things. Oh no. Yeah, I'm looking at my stream preview here and it is super choppy like a slideshow. How long has I been doing that? Oh man. I hate when there's issues like this. I try so hard to make sure everything is perfect. When things like this happen, it drives me crazy. You guys are being very modest. It's not a bit choppy. It's like ridiculous. I don't know what the issue is. Oh, what am I doing? No, get out of here. I was not expecting combat near here. Sorry, let me get past this part and then I'll troubleshoot a little bit. Hopefully it has not been this choppy for this long. No, it's nobody's garbage internet or garbage phone. Apparently it's on my end. What do I do with... I don't even know what to do with this, because I think if I try to reset my internet, it'll probably end the stream. But this is kind of unwatchable, huh? I'm looking at the preview here on my end, and it's just trash. Slayer Master and Troll Stronghold. Alright, I think what I'll do is while I'm running here to Troll Stronghold, I'm going to try to refresh my internet somehow. That way you guys don't have to suffer with me running all the way up here. Number one. And then hopefully I can get this fixed. So, my stream may go down momentarily. Alright, I'm hitting the reset button, boys. See. Alright, I've reset the internet. Let me see how this is going to look. Oh, it's still slideshow. It is still slideshow. Damn it. I wonder if it lets me decrease the bitrate a little bit. in the middle of the stream. All right, sorry. I know this is frustrating, guys, but let me dig around here on the stream settings, see if I can change the bit rate, decrease it a little bit maybe in the middle of a stream without having to stop it and restart it. I don't know, it doesn't look like I can change the settings in the middle of a stream, which is kind of annoying. You feel like that should be an option, right? Maybe I can change it from Streamlabs. Okay, I might go off for a second again. I'm going to try to change from Streamlabs here to see if we can do a little better. All right, are we back? Yeah, that sucks. While I was trying to troubleshoot this, I lost my kitten, which is just great, isn't it? I'm looking at the stream preview here, and it looks like it's smoothed out. No more slideshow. How's the quality for everybody? I think we fixed this at the cost of a kitten. Yeah, I cut the bitrate in half. It's so annoying. It's like I was saying earlier. I pay for 1 gigabit internet. I should not be having this issue. I cannot believe I lost a stupid kitten to that. That is just bad timing. Alright, the quality may be a little crappier, but at least we're not slideshowing, right? I'm probably not going to be streaming too much longer anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Been going for a few hours. Need to go do stuff. I wish I could stream late into the night. That would be great. But gotta do what you gotta do, you know? I gotta get a little bit of work done. Probably go outside and get some sunlight too. Need to go exercise. Yeah, I'm actually pretty salty about that cat. Because it was eating up 1 inventory slot the whole time. In Puro-puro, whatever. You know what? It's in the past. Not gonna be too salty. Alright, north of Hasidius. I might do the Tithe Farm teleport, or the... Yeah, I think the Tithe Farm teleport is the way to go here. You know what? Lesson learned, though, on the cat. Because you guys tried to warn me. You're like, feed your cat. And I'm like, no, I'm going to wait until it's like only a few seconds left, and then I'll do it. I'm going to be hyper optimal with this. Look where that got me. Ooh, the Black Mask. That is nice. Because you do more damage on your Slayer tasks with that, right? That's a nice drop. Hopefully I get a good reward from this clue casket as like a compensation prize for losing my cat. All right. Back to Camelot. I think I have one more clue on the floor. Let me refresh these two. Oh no, this is a... I've known about this clue. I've been waiting for it to drop, but it is a quest lock clue for Frankenstein. So that's another quest I'll have to do. So, all three of these scrolls, the bad news is I cannot do them right now. The good news is I have 3 scrolls which require quests, which give me an opportunity to record something more fun than Puro-puro. So I'll be making episodes out of these clue scrolls, but for now I cannot do them. So we're going to go ahead and end the stream by opening up my one casket. And I got a good feeling about this one. I really do. And I think Ed had recommended to me to open this with my tiny tempor, right? To hopefully increase my luck. So I think I'm going to open it here with a tiny tempor. Maybe it being around me will boost my luck a little bit. Let's do it. Last casket of the day. What do we get, boys? You cannot open a casket in this area. How anticlimactic. Alright, I'm picking up my pet. We're taking him outside. That's weird. I wonder why you can't open caskets in here. Alright, we're gonna still open it with the tiny tempor, but we're doing it outside. Let's go. Oh my god, I got a freaking cabbage. You know, I always hope to end this stream with like the last casket having something at least mildly interesting. Not like a cabbage. Oh wait, it's a cabbage shield. That's not a cabbage, that's a cabbage shield. So that is pretty interesting, I guess. That is legendary indeed. Wow. That is pretty sick. What are the stats on this thing? It's actually not terrible. I mean, it's a pretty decent noob shield. Yeah, I never knew this thing existed. I just saw it on the thing and I thought it was just a cabbage. Yeah, ending on a unique like this, I'll take it. Not what I wanted, but it's Better than an actual cabbage. Alright, let me put my tiny tempor back in the house. Alright, so we can confidently say that opening a casket with the tiny tempor out, on average, has given me better luck, right? I've gotten some pretty crappy casket rewards, but 100% of the time I've opened a casket with a tiny tempor out, I've gotten a unique. Can't argue with that math. Same stats as Adamant's? An Adamant Square and an Adamant Kite, because I think my best in slot currently is the Adamant Kite Shield. But if it's the same stats as this, it'll be kind of cool to run around with this thing instead. Let me take a look. Okay, so the Adamant Kite Shield is slightly better. Yeah, so the Adamant is still my best in slot. I have a trimmed Adamant Kite Shield, actually, from the clues. Need to organize this section of my bank, but I'll do that off screen. Alright, my friends, I wish I could keep streaming. I'm having fun. But as RuneScape is telling me, I've been playing for a while, and I should consider taking a break. Which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some real-life stuff I should be taking care of. But thanks, everybody, for being here. Good luck on your RuneScape adventures today and in the future. Or other game, whatever else you're doing. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and see you next time.